What is Active Directory? Imagine you're running a company. You have dozens, maybe hundreds of employees. Every one of them needs access to certain computers, files, printers, and internal systems, but not all the same things. Some are managers, others are interns. Some work in finance, others in HR. It's a directory service developed by Microsoft, designed to store information about users, computers, and other resources, and most importantly, control access to them. How do you control who can access what without manually setting up permissions on every single device? That's exactly the kind of chaos that Active Directory was created to solve. At its core, Active Directory, or AD, is like the brain of a Windows-based IT network. But let's break that down simply. Think of Active Directory as a giant phone book for everything in your organization. Users, groups, computers, servers, printers. Every device and person has an entry. And not only does it store who and what they are, it also knows what they're allowed to do. At the top, you have the domain. Think of it as your company's digital universe. It's the one that stores the data and makes decisions about logins and permissions. I want to stop employees from installing random software? You can do that. You can have multiple domains under one larger umbrella, called a forest. And inside those domains, you can have separate sections called organizational units, or US. This allows large companies to delegate control, organize users and devices, and still keep everything manageable. Want to set a specific wallpaper on every company computer? You can do that too. Group policies are a powerful tool to enforce rules and settings across the organization, all managed from one place. If Active Directory is the brain, then the domain controller is the body that runs it. Inside that domain, you have users, computers, and groups. You can group people together based on departments or roles, and assign permissions to the group instead of to each individual. This saves a ton of time and ensures consistency. Here's an example. If they match what's in the system, it lets her in. But it doesn't stop there. It also checks what she's allowed to access. Maybe she can open the HR folder, use the payroll software. That's not just inefficient, it's a nightmare. Print documents to the HR department printer, but she can access the finance server or developer tools. And while most users don't even notice it, it's working constantly in the background to keep everything connected and secure. Let's say Sarah works in the HR department. When she logs into her work computer, Active Directory checks her username and password. There's this entire process, checking credentials and granting the right. Access happens almost instantly behind the scenes. That's Active Directory in action. Let's look at the structure. Active Directory is organized in a hierarchy. All this is managed through something called a domain controller. It's the server that runs Active Directory. Another important feature is something called group policy. This lets IT admins control what users can or can't do on their computers. Now, you might be wondering what happens if your company is big. Like really big. Well, Active Directory scales. But don't let the fancy terms overwhelm you. The big idea is simple. Active Directory centralizes control. It gives your IT team the power to manage who can access what. This keeps your data secure and makes everyday work faster and smoother for everyone. Without Active Directory, every login, permission change, or software install would be done manually on each machine. In short, Active Directory is like a silent guardian of your network. It authenticates, it authorizes, it organizes. So next time you log into a work computer and everything just works, thank Active Directory, because behind the simplicity you see on the screen, there's a powerful system making it all possible. Like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you. Cheers.